Hello value investors, thank you for joining me. Today I'm going to talk about Splunk. So Splunk is a data company. It has very strong tailwinds to its back because a lot of companies are having to transform their IT business model into a cloud business model. So there's a strong tailwind there. Also, the need for data analytics is just exploding, and there's a rapid acceleration in this whole field. So Splunk is very well predisposed to succeed. So that's the level one story. As we go further down, we can see that Splunk itself is actually not growing that fast. So its guidance for the next quarter is for 14%. So this is not a fast growing SaaS business. So anything that we talk about after this, you have to keep in mind this is quite a slow growth company. Now obviously last year there was a whole narrative around Splunk, how it was transitioning its business model from getting upfront payment from customers towards deferred payment from customers. This would help smooth out the revenue growth rate, and it would add to a predictability which ultimately should lead to the stock trading at a higher multiple because investors crave that visibility. Now, first problem, it clearly hasn't worked out because the stock is down significantly. Secondly, it's not really growing that fast, so we're left with a problem. So the next thing I wanted to talk about is that as Splunk's cloud business continues to grow, that business is not as profitable, and this is causing us a bit of we're going to cause a bit of problem. So on a non-GAAP metric, operating margins for the guidance is going to be 25% negative. So you're looking at a cloud business as negative operating margins 25% after stock-based comp gets added back and intangibles get added back. So it's not, there's not going to be a lot of profitability going out of this business. Furthermore, if we look back to last year at the company level, so this year at the company level, the last quarter was 72% gross margins. Last year was 76%. So over time, as the cloud business, the cloud segment continues to grow and is growing reasonably well, the more it grows, the worse the margins. And if we go back a year further, the cloud Splunk was at 82%. So you got 82%, then last year 76%, then this year 72%. So as it continues to go forward, those margins continue to get eroded away. So you can spin that however you want, that they're investing for growth, blah, 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 but ultimately you haven't got the growth and you haven't got the profitability. Now, within this whole data space, Splunk has been a very bad performer. It's not in the graph here, but if you look at Palantir is in its last 6 months up to 100% year over year, 100% the performance for the stock. And Sumo Logic is taking a bit of a battering of late, but it's still in the last 6 months down 25%, which is a lot better than being down 40%. If you remember, for a stock to come back from 40%, you really need to be hitting above 60% just to be back at break even. So it's going to be a tough game for Splunk shareholders. Now, having said all that, the stock is priced at 7 times forward sales. This is significantly cheaper than obviously Palantir. There's about 31 times forward sales, and Sumo Logic that's about 9 times forward sales. So it's probably the cheapest within this data space. And among SaaS, SaaS generally are traded at about 13 to 16%. There's some kind of wiggle room right now. It's down significantly from last year, but when all is said and done, this stock here, Splunk, is really, really cheap. So there are not many companies out there that are putting out in the SaaS space approximately 2.5 billion revenues that are being priced at 7 times forward sales. So this is a bit of a mixed bag, and that's what I wanted to conclude with. Thank you for listening. See you soon.